G'day guys, welcome to a new video. Today with the S14, we've got a wheel alignment coming up mid this week and we've run into some more issues, but I'll talk about the arms that I've got. First up, we've got the toe arms from Slideworx. These toe arms are so amazing, and this is a high quality company as well. They're from my town. I'm also using their part, the Camber arms, in my R33, and I highly recommend using Slideworx stuff. But unfortunately, they sold out on their Camber arms. And I ordered Camber arms like the start of this month, and I keep hitting up that company, hey, have you guys sent out the part yet? I've got a drift event coming up November 6th and I need to get my wheel alignment sorted out before that event. And they're like, oh, we haven't sent it out yet, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what the... So yeah, dealing with car parts with lockdown has just been a complete nightmare. But awesome as that a subscriber just hit me up on my Instagram and said, hey man, I've got some free Camber arms if you want. I'm like, hell yeah. We just ran into another issue, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. So with these Camber arms, they're meant to be two locking nuts. So this is for the adjustment, the Camber arm adjustment, locking nut for that, so you're going to lock it into place. And then there's meant to be another nut in here to hold this nice and solid, because without it, I don't know if you guys can see that, there's vibration play in that. So you want to rip a thread, don't want to be bending stuff when you're out going sideways. You definitely want this part to stay solid, so that's why it needs two locking nuts. So now we can't even use these Camber arms. I'm absolutely shattered because I don't think those Camber arms are going to arrive this week. So I guess this video is just going to be installing these toe arms and seeing how we go with this setup. So yeah, I'll show you guys how to install toe arms. A very easy job on the S14, much easier than the 33. If you guys haven't seen how to do it on an R33 to remove the ball joints, make sure to check out my video. So let's go install these Slideworx toe arms into my S14. These are both 19mm, so you're going to grab a spanner and a socket. Put one spanner on this side, like that, lock it into place. Grab this dude. Try to get a nice grip, just kind of crack it. There we go. Once you get it loose, it comes straight out. And sorry about the wind noise. If there's a lot of wind noise, I am so sorry. I just can't win it. Either rains or it's a nice sunny day and just with plenty of wind. Oh, I hate this year so goddamn much. This side here, on the other side of the toe arm, this side is 19mm and this one is 17. So just use a bit of force. Got it. Yeah, this year has just like been one of those years where you do not want to be working on your car because like everywhere is closed. Stupid lockdown, can't get parts because Ozpost sucks. Alright, so this has a centric bolt, so gotta get it right in the grooves to get it out. Once you take out the two bolts, pretty much as easy as that. Junk. And to install the new ones, he'll be sitting something like this in here. Look how nice that looks, and like the rest of the car is so trash. I'm so angry about that Camber arm right there. Just wish I could change it, or when you buy parts, companies should just send them out. So yeah, I'll show you guys how to slide this one in and then we'll go do the other side. Put the centric washer on. A bit. Once you find the right length, maybe one more. There we go, that should be okay. And we slide in the bolt. like this. Because I'm going for a wheel alignment mid this week, I'm just going to leave everything like tight, but not like completely tight, and so that way when I get there we'll do the adjustments and see what needs to be. So once we've got that on, we're going to go have a look at the tyre and then just kind of eyeball the toe before the wheel alignment. It's hard to tell because we've got the stock wheel back here, how it sits, but from this angle that actually looks pretty straight. I don't know if you guys can tell on camera, but yeah, if I had a wider wheel, if I chucked a wider wheel on, we'd be able to tell a lot easier. But this kind of actually looks like it's on point, the toe. You know, it could be a degree out, but I actually think it looks pretty good, so we'll leave it like that. Can't complain. As you guys can see here, look at the difference. You got this nice gold one versus the stock OEM one. Look how thin that material is, completely weak. And then you got this complete gold solid one. So this is why you guys want to update your toe arms. Go for a better product, don't cheap out. Use Slideworx, very good company. Yeah, this is junk. Since we're going to be trailering the car, I'm not going to be driving the road, so I'm just going to have everything hand tight just in case, like when I get to the wheel alignment this week at Riley Garage, they can just be like, oh yeah, can undo it easy instead of just doing everything completely tight. So what you do is you grab these lock nuts and you just lock this toe in place. So if you guys can see that, this nut holds this from turning, so you don't want this turning freely because that will screw up your toe. So you definitely want to make sure you lock it up. And there we have it. I'm pretty sure there's no point filming the other side, so this is how you install a toe arm. As simple as that. So yeah, we'll get the other side done. Done. Man, that looks so good. Then it's just like all trash in here. So that's how you install toe arms. Got both sides done. Can't wait to get the wheel alignment done, but as I said, still bummed out about the camber arms. Fucking just wish I could have got that job done so that way we don't have any camber issues, because now we're going to be using pretty much from there to here. This is all the tire we're going to be using, so we might have to flip the tires on track. But yeah, I'm digging the gold toe arms. Highly recommend this. Also for my exhaust system, it's just a crap one for now. It's the one that came with when I bought the car. Either want to go straight pipe or blast pipes. Let me know down in the comment section if you guys just want to see a straight pipe come out to about somewhere there, or two blasties. Let me know down in the comment section. Such a bummer we can't use these camber arms, but a massive shout out to you subscribers that follow me on my Instagram, hit me up about things or parts and stuff. It means a lot to me. When lockdown ends, I want to try to do a CKJ meet. I know I've said that before, but we're still in lockdown. For an eyeball toe job, that ain't too bad, but we're going to be trailering the car anyway, so it's not like we're going to be driving on the road, so it doesn't matter. Same thing with this side. Should really pump up these tires, going pretty flat. Definitely want to get a straight pipe or blast pipes made to make this car look so much better than what it already is. And the Rocket Bunny spoiler actually does give the car so much a better look. And to the ones that don't know, I've got gktech's roll correction kit with gktech rack spacers into the steering rack. So we're going to recenter the steering rack. I did the best that I could with relining the steering wheel. Once we get a professional wheel alignment done by Riley Garage, this will be all sorted. We'll chuck my Boss kit back on. Hopefully November 6th goes to plan, because I'm getting so excited about drifting. I hope it doesn't cancel. I just want to feel that sideways action, especially with this new extra lock with the steering. We get some more angle, and I just can't wait, man. I'm getting so excited that I'll actually be so depressed if it gets cancelled. Boost gauge works. Taco is still out. don't understand the instruction manuals for this crap. It looks like it works. You see how it nearly died and it dropped under 1? So if I hold my foot down, at least the needle stays in place. And if I slowly release the throttle, it comes back down. So it might be slightly on point, but I don't know. Who knows? I hate wiring, dudes. If you're a long time subscriber, you know this. Oh, what else with the S14? Man, I've had this S14 since I picked it up from Adelaide. Was it 2018 or 2019? I've only done one track event in this S14. And this year has just been complete shit house with like track events due to COVID. I don't understand why we can go into the shops with like 100 random people, but drivers cannot be on the tracks by themselves on tracks. It's not like you're going to be spreading the virus, going out drifting in your own damn car. Still got stepsister shifter. To be honest, it actually feels surprisingly good. Like, I actually thought it was going to be shit feeling for shifting, but it actually feels really nice. And the floor pan black, it just looks so much of a better car than it once was. When I first picked it up from Adelaide, it was just like red and blue and just all mixed matched. Now it just looks so much better. To the ones that keep talking about the roll cage, this roll cage eventually has to go, so I don't care about the overspray. That's why I did it. I'm just gonna have to get rid of it and get like a half cage made. I've also decided once it's time, like hopefully sometime early next year, we're gonna be taking apart this RB25, change the head gasket, get up here head studs, just make it a whole lot nicer, just clean everything up. And then we're going to get a proper forward facing planet, because this is just the cut and shut style where the J-pipe sits here, but they've just re-welded the plate there and put it here, but they put it up too high. So I'm going to remove this factory system and get maybe like one of those fake ready ones, forward facing, and it should be a lot neater in this engine bay as well. And we won't even have any issues hitting up against the bonnet with the throttle. Actually, that's a good point that I did that. See how it nearly died? Do you want to know why? So if you come back here, see this plate down there? It's blocked. And then this plug here, there should be two plugs, a brown one down there and then the purple one. It's an IACV, so it's an intake air control valve. So if any of you guys got an intake air control valve for an RB25, please hit me up because I will buy it. I definitely need one for this RB25. Don't want to have any of those issues where the motor just turns off like quickly stopping, so that really needs to go. But once I get an intake forward facing plan, and there should be a port underneath somewhere in the middle here, and it'll be easy to run one like a hose from there to the cooler pipe, so that should be sick. Seriously, look at that lock, just from a roll correction kit, man. If you got an S chassis, definitely highly recommend getting this mod done. That's so tough. Yeah, that's all it is. And if you look in there, and then we come over here, that's the reason. So I just showed you on both sides of the wheels. That's the exact reason why we need to run two 15/45/17 wheels on 17/9. If I go a thicker tire profile, we're definitely going to be hitting up the body of the car, and I don't want to raise the car. Like, I hate cars that look like four-wheel drives. I like having the car low, but once you run like an angle kit like that, you need to raise the car up or do a lot of body modification. So Using the 215 45 17 seemed to work out perfectly fine. When we chuck on my new wheels, we're going with the same tire profile as well. So I can't wait for this wheel alignment. Can't wait for November 6th and finally go drifting. So next year, hopefully when all this COVID bullshit and lockdown crap end, there'll be plenty of track events. I'll be entering the R33 and a lot with the S14. I'm going to try and enter as many drift events that I can between Vic Drift, Hip and Read, and what other events that we have going on, and I cannot wait, man. I've done too much not to enjoy these cars. I think I'm going to wrap it up right here. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you're a new viewer, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It really helps out with the channel. Leave a comment down below. Hit that like button. I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Catch you guys later.